So you must have understood about the editing of the polyline. So in the last clip, you have seen how this polyline can be get edited. It can be get offsetted by using the pet palette. Now, if in case you have selected this particular line segments, so these three line segments which I have selected in a one go because they are part of a group. Of course, we are going to study the group in detail, but just remember if you select any group and if you want to edit, uh, say for example, if I click on the node, which is hollow node, and you will get the pet palette which shows the standard four commands. I'll use escape to remove this pet palette. Even if I click with a Mercedes cursor on with this particular on any line segment, still I'll get the pet palette with the same four combination. So there is no variations I'm getting in the pet palette after selecting multiple objects, and that too also they are group member. But on other side, for example, if you just try to select a polyline and if you try to click with a node, you will get some variations in the pet palette. Or again, if I terminate this and if I click with the Mercedes cursor, again you will get some variations with the help of pet palette. So you will see why it is not applicable in case if I am using this with the line tool. It will be on two conditions. If in case you want to edit the group members, then there is some different logic which you have to apply to get those pet palette effects. Or by chance, if you have drawn single line segment at a time, say for example, I have drawn this 3-meter segment, and same way if I have drawn another 3-meter segment. Okay, so two segments I have drawn, and if I select them with the arrow tool, if I select them one at a time, then I can select both of them with this partial element selection method, which you know very well now. So if I select them and now make sure they carry black node. So this black node will give me the full flexibility. So if I click on the end node, you will see what kind of a pet palette options I am getting now, which I used to get similar in the line tool. But the difference is at present all selected 2 is written. Okay, and if you select the polyline, then it will just say all selected 1 irrespective of how many members are there inside that polyline. So because I have selected two segments and which are connecting or which are intersecting with each other with the polyline logic, that means what? They carry a common start and end point in between them. Say where my first segment is supposed to be ending, from the same point the second segment is starting. So this is something a sort of a polyline concept, but they are two different line segments. So if I click on the corner node, I'll get the pet palette with some combination, or even if I click on any node, you can see. And if I click with the Mercedes cursor, again you will get some kind of a variations in the pet palette, which are quite similar to your earlier polyline tool. Say for example, now if I want to offset this multiple offset option, okay, offset all edges. So if I want to copy this, I can hit only Control once. If I want to have multiple copies of this, Control and Alt together. So this is also possible. Say for example, if I want to copy this with a 230, then maybe 460. Okay, getting the point. So this is what I can do. But only thing, I have to select multiple objects. Fine. That means what? I have selected two line segments and then I was able to get this. In case of polyline, if it is a multiple segments in one go, if you select, even you can get the similar effect in the editing. Now, why it is not happening in case of group element and how the group elements are getting created? This is the first particular problem you must be or having these questions must be there in your mind. A very simple thing. By default, when you use the line tool and if you draw one segment at a time, it will be considered as a solo member or individual member. But if you try to work with the geometry methods like chained or rectangle or rotated rectangle in the line tool, by default it will be considered as a group member. Okay, so remember, or in the maybe in a some next clip I'll try to explain, or I'm going to take in detail about, I'm going to talk about in detail about say this group, ungroup, and all those related commands. So right now, how I can solve this problem, that's will quickly go and first of all understand. Then in the next clip, probably we will definitely talk about the group and its related features. Okay, so what I'm going to do, see with the arrow tool, if I single click and take maybe this particular three segments I have selected, correct? It is written all selected three, and because they are group part of a group, you cannot edit with a maximum, what you can say, liberty or benefits by using the pet palette. At the most, you can copy, move, rotate. That's it. Nothing more than that. So, how to solve this problem? A very simple thing. You always remember there is one button at the top which indicates suspend group. Okay, and it's a toggle mode. That means, do you want to suspend the group option? Do you want to use the suspend group option, which will help you to terminate the grouping feature for a while? Okay, on the selected, not on the selected, I can say it's a global switch. So it's not something only for selected. For example, if this is the group and even this is also a group, so if I on off this switch, it's a global switch. It's not only going to affect for selected elements, so be careful about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to on this, that suspend group. Right now it is off. That's the reason I can select all the group members in a one go. If I click on the same, you will see that now your suspend group is on. That means one member at a time also I can select or edit. I can edit that individually. And because now the suspend group is on, that's the reason if I click with the Mercedes cursor, I will get all the benefits of the pet palette which I used to get in earlier mode. Okay, so I can definitely again now activate this. Which option? Offset all edges. You have to try all the remaining options on your own now, because you have to do the practice. More and more you practice, you will understand how the pet palette can help you to do your editing bit faster and better and get the end products in a quicker manner. So not all the options every time I can explain. You just have to have a habit of understanding the logics and implementing them, because in future if there is a new release of ArchiCAD, some new command is there, that doesn't mean you are going to do the entire course again. You just have to brush up yourself. You just have to find out what will be the new and how can I get the benefit of using that by trial error. Or you can read the help file or check some other video clip if it is available. So anyway, now very quickly what I want to show is supposed to be C. For example, if I'm going to offset this outside, but I want to keep a copy of this, I'm going to hit Control key. Now what will happen if I copy this with the distance of 230? Now you check out the group which you have copied outside is no more a group member. So if I click, you will see all the lines are individual. They are not group. So we will see in the next clip, we will talk about this, like how to create a group, how to we can terminate the group, etc. Right? But till that, you please practice a lot on all these features and let me know.